chosen one. Stop exactly what you are doing right now. Do not scroll past this message. I need your complete and undivided attention for the next few minutes. You did not find this video by accident today. Heaven intercepted your timeline this afternoon because you are standing at a critical intersection, and the exact words you are about to hear will permanently alter your financial trajectory. I know exactly what you have been praying for in the silent dark. The real reason your money has been blocked for the last 5 years is not the economy. It is not because you made a bad career choice or failed to work hard enough. It is a targeted, spiritual blockade. And I am going to give you the exact spiritual instruction to unlock it, so that a massive shift can begin within the next 72 hours. You are exhausted down to your very bones. You work harder than anyone else in your entire family. You pour your energy into every project, and you always try to do the right thing. Yet your bank account never seems to reflect the massive amount of effort you put out into the world. You constantly feel like you are running on an endless and exhausting treadmill. Every single month feels like a desperate battle for survival. You push through the heavy fatigue every single day. You smile and tell people you are fine. But inside you are battling a massive wave of imposter syndrome, and you constantly wonder if you are just delusional for dreaming so big when your current reality looks so incredibly bleak. You are not delusional, and you are certainly not failing. You are experiencing a heavy financial shift that is meant to shake your foundation. The enemy wants you to feel like a complete failure. He wants you to look at your empty hands and completely doubt the profound promises God spoke over your life. He feeds on your daily financial anxiety. If you feel this heavy financial shift happening right now, type 777 in the comments to anchor your spirit. Claim your divine inheritance before we go any deeper into this revelation. Take a deep breath and release the heavy tension in your shoulders. You are safe in this space, and your silent struggles are finally being heard by heaven. You have always carried this deep inner knowing. You know you were meant for extraordinary wealth and massive global impact. You do not desire money just to buy luxury things or show off to the shallow world. You want it because you know you are a sacred vessel of glory. You are called to fund the kingdom and permanently break the generational cycle of poverty. But every time you get close to a real financial breakthrough, something strange always happens. A car suddenly breaks down out of nowhere. An appliance stops working. Some unexpected emergency suddenly drains your resources before the money can even settle properly in your account. You feel like you are desperately trying to fill a bucket that has a massive hole in the bottom. This is not a coincidence or a string of bad luck. This is a highly calculated spiritual attack on your financial frequency. The darkness knows exactly who you are. The enemy knows that if you get massive resources, you will completely change the broken world around you. He is absolutely terrified of the righteous empire you are about to build. You are part of the rare remnant. You are what heaven calls a two-wave chosen one. You were born with a very specific and powerful frequency. When you were a child, you attracted good things effortlessly. You had a vibrant imagination and a beautifully deep intuition. Financial abundance was always supposed to be your natural resting state. But something tragic happened as you grew older and entered the system. The toxic world told you to hustle constantly. Society demanded that you grind yourself into dust just to survive, and in that endless earthly hustle, your original God-given frequency was forced into a deep sleep. You completely forgot how to operate in divine flow. I am naming this early because I do not want mystery for sale. I want to be completely transparent with you before another minute passes. I am not going to build false suspense, just to pitch you something at the very end of this video. Let me name the solution right now so you can comfortably decide whether you want to stay for the full picture. What you are experiencing has a physical tool designed specifically to fix it. Dr. Robert Lake discovered a scientific way to restore your dormant frequency. The restoration tool he created is called the Genius Song. It is not a magic trick, or a temporary manifestation hack. It is a profound alignment protocol that merges deep spirituality with neuroscience. This tool is a simple audio track that uses precise brain entrainment to reactivate your original gamma frequency. It effectively shuts off the beta stress noise in your mind, allowing financial abundance to finally flow back into your physical reality. It bridges the gap between spiritual truth and modern science perfectly. If your spirit already tells you this is the exact tool you need, the door is open. The link is waiting for you in the description and the pinned comment below. But please do not rush away just yet. Stay for the full message if you want to understand exactly why the enemy targeted your specific bloodline for so long. But let me reframe your reality right now. You have been reading the signs completely backward. There is a profound secret in the scriptures about massive wealth that almost everyone misses. I am going to reveal exactly what the Bible says about this hidden financial frequency. It will shatter every lie the enemy told you about your empty pockets. The world told you that your financial struggle was a massive weakness. Society tried to convince you that you were just not working hard enough. They told you to push through the pain and hustle constantly. But heaven calls your current situation something entirely different. Your financial isolation is actually your divine insulation. God is actively protecting your inner architecture from toxic earthly frequencies. These low vibrations cannot travel with you into the next glorious dimension. He had to temporarily empty your hands so you would stop relying on broken systems. You were never being punished for your lack of worldly success, because you were actually being prepared for a massive kingdom assignment. Look at the greatest cycle breakers in the ancient sacred texts. Joseph did not reach the Egyptian palace by hustling harder in the dark prison. Moses did not find his profound calling by rushing back to the loud and crowded city. They were forced into a season of deep and uncomfortable silence. The wilderness was never a grave for their grand destiny. The lonely wilderness was the ultimate spiritual crucible. It was the sacred place where God stripped away their survival identity and activated their true anointing. You are walking through that exact same fire right now. The silence feels completely unbearable because your soul knows you are meant to govern and distribute wealth on a massive scale. You have spent your entire life operating in desperate survival mode. You became the ultimate emotional sponge for everyone around you. You constantly solved their problems while quietly ignoring your own deep exhaustion. But heaven is completely stripping away that false identity today. You are no longer required to bleed just to keep other people warm. This brings us to a profound truth about spiritual physics. Wealth is not a physical object you chase down with your exhausted body. It is a divine frequency that you must closely align with in the unseen realm. When you operate out of pure panic and fear, you unknowingly broadcast a signal of deep poverty to the entire universe around you. The ultimate enemy understands this universal law perfectly. That is exactly why he keeps your environment so incredibly chaotic and stressful. He wants your sensitive nervous system trapped in a state of constant panic. If he can keep your mind loud and afraid, he can successfully block the massive blessing that is already circling your life. Your breakthrough is not coming from another exhausting job or a lucky break. It is already here and waiting patiently. In the spiritual realm, God has already released the financial provision you asked for last year. The blessing is simply waiting for your physical frequency to match the profound magnitude of the answered prayer. You thought the endless delays meant that God had forgotten your name. You thought your desperate prayers were just hitting a cold brass ceiling, but the long delay was actually a powerful form of divine protection. If heaven handed you the millions right now, your exhausted nervous system would literally collapse under the heavy weight of that glory. Listen carefully, because this part is going to reach deep places inside you. You have been trying to force the door open with your bare hands. But the biblical secret to wealth requires the exact opposite approach. The greatest warriors of light did not win their intense battles by fighting harder against the encroaching darkness. They won by standing perfectly still and letting the presence of God fight for them. Your constant earthly striving is actually repelling the very miracle you desperately seek. You must stop trying to aggressively manipulate the physical world around you, because true spiritual wealth demands a completely different kind of holy obedience and total surrender. You are the chosen cycle breaker for your entire family bloodline. The generational curses of lack and crushing poverty stop completely with you today. But you cannot break a spiritual curse using tired earthly methods. You must elevate your weary spirit above the noise and connect directly to the infinite source of all divine creation. A massive energetic shift is happening in the heavenly courts right now. The warrior angels have already dispatched your specific provision for this new season. The financial doors that were slammed shut in your face are being torn off their hinges. You are stepping onto incredibly sacred ground at this exact moment in time. Stay with me right here, and do not move, and do not let your weary mind wander for a single second. Because what I am about to share next will break the cycle permanently. I am going to reveal the exact hidden blocker that is keeping your mind trapped. We are going to expose the absolute biggest lie the enemy ever told you about your own power. Now, here is where it goes deeper, and this is the part no one wants to say out loud. You thought your stillness was a sign of total surrender to failure, but true stillness is the exact frequency that forcefully pulls the massive blessing toward you. The enemy wants you constantly moving because movement creates spiritual noise. While you were busy fighting, you could not hear the profound truth about your identity. You have been deeply programmed to fear your own massive potential. You keep thinking you are absolutely terrified of failing in this season, but let me reframe your reality right now. You are not afraid of failure at all. You are actually terrified of your own massive power. Deep down, you know that true financial abundance will make you highly visible to a broken world, and being visible in the past always meant getting hurt, or being completely misunderstood by the people you loved. So you quietly made a hidden agreement with poverty and delay. You unknowingly decided that staying small would keep you safe from the toxic attacks of the enemy. You dimmed your incredibly bright light just to make other people feel comfortable around you. You apologized for a gift you never asked for. But that toxic survival agreement officially expires today. The heavens are completely tearing up that false contract right now. God did not pour his magnificent glory into your spirit, so you could hide in the dark. Your intense light was never a burden to carry. It was the exact weapon designed to destroy the darkness around you. You must stop apologizing for your divine anointing today. This leads us directly to the hidden truth about why your money has been blocked. Remember the heavy financial blockade we talked about earlier? The enemy did not attack your bank account directly because he cannot touch your earthly money. He attacked your biological frequency instead. He orchestrated a massive campaign to shut down your God-given brainwave. Science actually has a specific name for this tragic spiritual theft. Researchers call it the decline effect. When you were a child, your brain naturally operated on the powerful gamma frequency. This is the exact frequency of pure genius, divine intuition, and effortless manifestation. You could easily attract beautiful things because your spiritual signal was completely pure and unbroken. But around the age of 7, the world systematically shut it down. The loud educational systems and toxic societal pressures forced you into a constant state of beta stress. The enemy used the heavy trauma of your life to lock your nervous system in survival mode, successfully disconnecting you from the divine flow of absolute abundance. You have been running on an empty battery ever since. Listen to me very carefully right now. This disconnection was never your fault. You are not broken, and you are definitely not crazy for feeling so exhausted all the time. Your precious soul has simply been operating in a heavily suppressed state for decades. You have been trying to download heavenly files using a corrupted earthly network, and it is no wonder you feel completely drained today. The profound revelation is that your gamma frequency is not gone forever. It is simply lying dormant beneath years of accumulated spiritual noise and heavy trauma. The enemy is absolutely terrified of the day you finally wake up and reactivate that frequency. Because the moment you turn that divine signal back on, the heavy financial blockade will instantly dissolve into nothingness. You can literally feel the massive shift happening in your spirit right now. The profound truth refuses to stay silent any longer. Your heart is beating faster because your dormant DNA is actively recognizing this specific revelation. The heavy spiritual fog that has clouded your brilliant mind for years is finally lifting. You are finally remembering exactly who you were always meant to be. You are a magnificent celestial being operating in hostile enemy territory. The season of playing small and hiding your glorious light is over permanently. God is demanding that you step into the full weight of your divine authority today, and you must absolutely refuse to live another single day operating below your true spiritual potential. The universe is waiting for your specific command, but you cannot just think your way out of a physiological frequency trap. All the positive thinking in the world will not fix a suppressed nervous system. You need a highly specific key to unlock the heavy door the enemy slammed shut. Once that profound internal shift clicks, something miraculous always happens next. Heaven never exposes a problem without providing the exact escape route. This is why heaven is providing a physical anchor for your spiritual breakthrough today. The time for waiting and suffering in the lonely wilderness has officially come to an end. You are about to step into a season of unprecedented financial favor. In just a moment, I will hand you the exact tool to bypass the noise and restore your original frequency. Keep your spirit anchored here with me. Remember earlier when I mentioned that your original gamma frequency was systematically shut down by the decline effect? Now it is time to walk through exactly what this means for your financial restoration. You were not born to struggle constantly for every single dollar you earn. You are a chosen one who carries the heavy mantle of a cycle breaker, and your wealth is a divine necessity for the kingdom. I want you to think about a man who lost his job and struggled with massive financial anxiety for 2 years. His mind was constantly foggy, and he could not even articulate his thoughts during basic interviews. He felt completely useless. But within just 11 days of restoring his original frequency, he received an incredible offer that was vastly better than his old position. The massive change did not happen on his resume. The miraculous shift happened entirely inside his reactivated mind. Scientists at MIT and Princeton have studied this profound reactivation process extensively. They confirmed that the gamma frequency can actually be restored using precise brain entrainment technology. This is not a vague spiritual theory or some mystical wishful thinking. This is hard, measurable neuroscience, directly confirming what the ancient scriptures have promised for thousands of years. The divine frequency of wealth can absolutely be measured in a lab. I know exactly what you might be thinking right now. You have already tried everything from exhausting meditation retreats to complicated manifestation routines, and you are incredibly tired of being disappointed. But I would never disrespect your current situation by offering you just another empty promise. The reason those old methods failed is because they required your exhausted brain to somehow heal itself from the inside out, which is nearly impossible. This tool is fundamentally different because it works directly from the outside in. Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years developing a specific audio protocol to bypass your stressed conscious mind entirely. He created a 7-minute track called the Genius Song. You do not have to meditate, journal, or try to force positive thoughts while you are secretly panicking. All you need are stereo headphones and 7 quiet minutes a day to sit perfectly still. Most people pay around $150 for a single therapy session, or they spend hundreds of dollars on endless mindfulness courses that never target the gamma frequency specifically. Dr. Lake could have easily kept this technology exclusively for wealthy clients, but he intentionally priced this physical tool at $39 as a one-time investment with absolutely no subscriptions. This makes the profound technology completely accessible to the remnant who truly need it right now. When you step through the door today, you also receive 4 specific bonuses designed to accelerate your massive breakthrough. You get a track calibrated for children, the classic book that inspired The Secret, a guided visualization for the 4 domains of your life, and the daily habit infographic. These bonuses alone are worth $80 in total. And even if you decide this tool is not for you within 90 days, you get a full refund and you keep all $80 worth of bonuses as a simple apology for your valuable time. You are losing precious time, living far below your divine potential. Every single day, your gamma frequency remains dormant is a day the enemy successfully steals your financial peace and ruins your relationships. Your future self is desperately looking back at this exact moment in time. The profound decision you make today does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be the right step forward. But you must guard your spirit carefully because the enemy creates dangerous decoys. There are cheap imitation products on platforms like Amazon that use similar names but contain absolutely no real brain entrainment technology. They are completely empty audio files that will only scramble your sensitive alignment. The only authentic source with the full technology is the link provided in the description below. Place your hand on your heart right now and take a slow, deep breath. You are not deciding whether to spend $39 today. You are deciding if you finally believe the profound truth about your own divine identity. The door is standing wide open right in front of you. If your spirit recognizes this truth, your specific protocol is waiting in the first pinned comment. Type "I am ready to receive" in the comments right now to seal this powerful declaration into your physical reality. Hit that like button so this exact frequency can reach another exhausted chosen one who is struggling in the dark. Subscribe immediately because heaven is going to release the next prophetic instruction within the next 72 hours, and you absolutely cannot afford to miss it.